everyone, my name is Miss Danielle and I work for a very special place called the Dixon Gallery and Gardens. The Dixon Gallery is an art museum in Memphis, Tennessee, and we have artwork that travels from all over the world to be shown at the Dixon. We get paintings, drawings, sculptures, all different kinds of art, so there's always something new and exciting to see. And when you walk outside of the Dixon, you also get to enjoy our garden space filled with all different types of plants and flowers. Today, I want to talk to you about an art exhibit at the Dixon called Illuminating the Word, the St. John's Bible. This exhibition is all about illuminated manuscripts. Illuminated manuscripts are books that are handwritten and filled with decorations. These books were popularized in the 5th century all the way through the Middle Ages. At that time in history, a lot of people were unable to read, and that's why they started adding the illustrations inside of the books. So that way, even if you couldn't read the text, you could look at the images and get a summary or an idea of what the story was about. Even though these books were popular at the time, they were very expensive to make, so they were pretty rare. It took a lot of people working on them. Someone had to handwrite every single letter, because the printing press wasn't invented yet. That was the only way to put words onto paper. And often these drawings were coated in certain spaces with gold or silver. And that's why they're called illuminated, because the silver or the gold would shine the light and make it look like the book was shining bright. In this exhibition, Visiting the Dixon, there are 68 original pages of illuminated manuscripts. This project was started in 1995 and was not finished until 2011. So it takes a long time to make these pages, and the hard work and effort really shows. There are so many details in each individual page. Today, we are going to be making something called a zine. Now, a zine is a self-made magazine, but it can be about anything you want it to be. So it can be a story, it can be an informational book, whatever you like. It's gonna look something like this, a tiny little book that you can fold and flip through yourself. And we are going to have text, and we're also going to have pictures, just like in the illuminated manuscripts. So let's get started and learn how to make our own zine. For today's project, you'll need a piece of paper, as well as some scissors, something to write with, and then something to color with. If you're using a thin sheet of paper, like a sheet of copy paper, go with the colored pencils or some crayons. But if you have a thicker paper, markers work just fine. First thing you're going to do is fold your paper in half. Then we're going to fold it in half again. And one more time. Once we have folded our paper those 3 times, you're going to open it up until your paper looks like this, with those 4 separate sections. Now I'm going to grab my scissors, and you have one side that's open and one side that's folded. Starting on the folded side, I'm going to cut along the crease until I reach the center point. If you've done this step correctly, when you open up your paper, you will see a bite taken out of the middle. Now what we're going to do is fold it in half this other direction so that it looks skinny, and you can kind of see it makes this natural diamond or square shape. What I'm going to do now is press my paper together until that diamond is squished, and I have what looks like 2 rectangles next to each other. Then I just fold along that crease, and I have my finished zine with all of the pages you can flip through. Now that we're done with that, it's time to fill the book with stories and decoration. As you're writing in your zine, make sure to leave plenty of space for the pictures you're going to draw later. It's also a good idea to draw lightly, just in case you have a misspelling moment, or if you decide you need to move the text around to create more space. Now that my writing is done, it's time to add the decorations or the illuminations. Just like before, I'm using a pencil, so that way if I need to make more room for my letters or if things just aren't turning out the way I wanted, I can always go back and make little edits by erasing. And now it's time for my favorite part, adding the color. Once you're all finished, you have this tiny little pocket-sized zine that you can enjoy reading for yourself and sharing with others. And as an extra bonus, you can always unfold your zine and open it up to see a blank page. You can decorate that for yourself and have a hidden poster inside of your zine. Thank you so much for making art with me today. I hope you had as much fun making your zine as I had making mine. If you really like what you made today, I hope that you'll share it with us using the hashtag DixonAtHome or DiscoverTheDixon. We would love to see what you created. Thanks again for joining me. Bye.